Hey everybody, welcome back to WTX Universe. Well, welcome to WTX Universe 2.0, I should say. We are back in the universe business. If you haven't seen the last draft, there's a lot of terms and conditions and garbage to listen to in that in regards to this making its long-awaited return. But I figured we'd start where we should really have started all along, and that is with 2011's universe mode. Although probably one of the most flawed and lackluster modes, I think this is going to be a lot of fun to sink into again after having like a year or two away from doing this kind of thing. I think this is now my second year, maybe it's my first. No, I think it's my first year away from doing this, but I stopped around June of 2017. So it's been quite some time since I've done any universe. The format's very different, more about that in the previous video. Either way, we are here, it is time. This is the Survivor Series card. I am just going to be playing them as they come because, frankly, I don't really know how to change them. So, first up, we have got Mark Henry versus Evan Bourne to determine the first United States champion. Alright, cool. Between Mark Henry and Evan Bourne, I do like both. But I think Evan Bourne would make a mighty fine United States champion. So I'm going to go with Evan Bourne. Because that, in my opinion, that's the way to go with that one. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know what difficulty this is on, so I do apologize if these are like squash matches. I think they're going to be kind of easy, but they might also be kind of hard because I don't really remember what playing 2011 is like. But here we go. Never mind the fact that he's wearing that. He hasn't won it yet. It's not his. He's not the champion.
Approaching the ring, the United States
no,
champion,
that's not true.
the world's strongest man,
That may be true.
Henry.
But that first one, not true. So Mark Henry is who the game decided to be the first ever US champion, evidently, which is not what we're going with. We're going to be finding out who that is in just a moment. I put a Twitter poll out not that long ago asking if you guys wanted to see one match per show or for me to play / show every match. You voted for me to play / show every match. I entirely plan on doing that. I do apologize for those that only wanted to see one. You can skip through the video freely. I have no objections to that.
Weighing in at 183 pounds, Evan Bourne.
In regards to like something I addressed in the previous video where I said about customs and stuff, you know, getting a few created superstars and sticking them in the mix, that's not going to be happening in 2011 because it turns out you need online access, and I didn't have online access. I didn't play this on the PS3 originally, so I don't have it, and you can't buy it anymore either. So I'm completely locked out from the community creations. Even if I had one of the old online access codes, the codes expired years ago. They're no longer valid. So there is just no way to access it. If you have community creations, if you have the online access, I think you can still access it. But for those that never got it, tough shit, I guess. Too bad. So I'm in the too bad section. Everybody feels sad for me. I have no idea how long this is going to run for. This is the first ever Survivor Series in the WTX Universe 2.0. I'll probably, for the thumbnail, I'll probably use Dan's old WTX the Universe scratch logo, since they didn't have the modern logo when this one was around. I'll probably still, as the universes go on, you know, change the championships as I see fit. If I want to use the spinner belt, I may carry on using it, but say I want to change it to the current one or whatever, I'll do that as well. Two things are certain. One, I will not be doing the constant flip-floppy of the belts that I used to. I know I used to bring back the Undisputed and then change it to another one, and it would often change, and I do apologize for that. I don't know, I was a very indecisive little boy back then, I guess. Two,
high flyer just exuding emotion.
The Universal title is not something that you will be seeing anywhere near this, nor are the SmackDown and the Raw tag team titles. I like my belts unique, so yeah. I may end up going with the Intercontinental title that everyone hates in comparison to the current day one, because I do prefer it personally. But that's to discuss later on. My god, the camera angles in this are pretty cool. I was gonna say, don't you dare tell me that's the end of that. I would have been very disappointed. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to put the difficulty up because I don't really want these matches to be like super easy. Mark Henry's just a bit of a jobber, I guess. In episode 1, that's what we'll go with. Mark Henry, his official canon is that he's a jobber, but only in the first episode. From there on out, it's up to him what he does. I guess Evan Bourne's becoming United States champion. Not really putting up a fight there, are you, Marky boy? Yep, that's probably going to be it, isn't it? Okay, well, Evan Bourne, everybody, the first ever United States champion. Let me take you back to 2012. The first ever United States champion crowned in the original WTX Universe 1.0. That was, of course, I believe it was Ricky Steamboat, who beat Kofi Kingston in a very quick match too. So we're following the pattern, but things will be different this time around, as seen from Evan Bourne. Wow, I can't wait to see this animation another 5 times today. Yeah, it took them quite a while to realize that people don't want to see someone act like this every single time they win a championship. I think there's a few, but it's mostly this one I recall seeing, and then you get the really gross teeth, I think. They're right here. Yeah? Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I thought that they always... I mean, it's not a flattering image by any means, but... it's not as bad as I was expecting. Alright, so I'm just gonna... I actually think you have to go back to the menu every single time, because I don't think that Universe originally flowed very smoothly. I think basically Universe was first introduced into the game to... Okay, there's a random fact about Mr. McMahon for you. I think that Universe was initially introduced into the game just to kind of replace Exhibition. It was just supposed to be like Exhibition, but with a tiny bit more depth. So Evan Bourne has won the US Championship. I really hope he's actually a member of Raw, because I know that it seems to have booked this card beforehand. Because I think, like, isn't Edge challenging for the WWE title? Yeah, and isn't Edge on SmackDown? So, I mean, I'm gonna have to, like, rig some of the results. I think The Miz is also on SmackDown. I might be mistaken, but I think The Miz is on SmackDown. Yeah, he is. So, I mean, yeah, anything goes between him and Vancey boy. And between Big Show and Orton, I think both of those are on SmackDown too. Yeah. So, the only thing that I will give you a bit of a spoiler about, I gotta make sure Edge doesn't win that WWE title. Because, he really shouldn't. I might make that one the Championship Scramble, because I did want to do a Championship Scramble match. I might even still do 2, and just roll with the fact that they're only 5 minutes. I don't think that matches lasted very long in these older games anyway, so... let's just quickly go ahead and put the difficulty up. It's much better. Now if I actually lose, you know, it won't be so surprising. If I were to have lost that last match, I would have really been faking it. Okay. What was next on the agenda? A tag team match. Oh boy. Okay. Getting straight down to it. I mean, I like both of these teams, but I gotta go with a more traditional team, I think. Yeah, I'll control Tyson as well. Okay. Jericho, The Miz. Oh wow, I just realized, yeah, this is when they actually had like moving match cards. Those were pretty cool. I just recently saw like Dan or someone retweet an appreciation tweet for those. Because they were cool. I liked them. I'm in agreement. They were pretty cool. Oh god, the unified tag title entrance. Bad times.
Introducing first, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 250 pounds.
He's not.
Hart Dynasty, David Hart.
He's not one half of the unified tag champions yet, and he might not even become it in the end. So don't introduce them like that. And look, are you ready for him to do the exact same thing that David just did? Yeah. Slow walk. Lift one up. Lift that tag title up.
Weighing in at 199 pounds, he is a member of the Hart Dynasty.
Wow.
Tyson Kidd.
We are going to be seeing a lot of that entrance because the unified tag titles were shit. You only had like 5 double champion, and oh my god, those boos. What is this? They don't actually have like a special like tag entrance or anything? They just have like the generic one where they just swing their arms around? I will be making superstar threads. I'm sure that might be a question on some people's minds. I will be making superstar threads again. I'm not going to phone it in. They're not going to be wearing the same colors every week. That bothers me way too much. So I will be making superstar threads. I'll try to keep them updated on an episodic basis, so that they're kind of never really wearing the same thing twice if I can help it. Probably not going to go that far, actually, now that I've said that. That would be quite difficult. They would have to wear some weird color combos after a while, but I am going to try to make it so they've at least got the, the old, like, 4 different attires that'll kind of rotate between thing, rather than Jericho and Miz not even looking like a tag team, as they are right now. I don't remember Jericho and Miz teaming up. I remember Miz and Big Show, and I remember Jericho and Big Show, but I don't remember Jericho and Miz. Gotta be honest. Not one that really rings a bell. Man, I still see like a weird, like, cartoony face on David Smith's ass after all these years. I don't think Miz and Jericho lasted very long as a team, because I just really can't think of these two as a team. As I say, if the game wants to start splitting teams up left and right, I will allow it to. If the game wants to start putting together teams left and right, I will allow it to. I'm not going to get involved until 12 or 13, whenever it is that you get a bit more creative freedom. But for all of 2011, I'm going to be just kind of rolling with it. If we want a date to give this for like the wiki or whatever, to kind of try and make it like it seem a little bit more factual, we'll say that this is happening whenever the 2011 Survivor Series happened. If we're going for that kind of like corny, like, this is from the vault. This is the WTX network, available for nothing a month. You can subscribe to the Patreon, and a link below. Or you can subscribe to the YouTube channel by clicking the join button. Or you can subscribe to the Twitch channel by subscribing to the Twitch channel. It's only ever videos that go up on the Twitch channel, no live streams, but you can do that if you want. Saria will be joining me in future episodes, I think. I don't think she's a big lover of playing 5 matches a show, so it will only ever be for like 1 show at a time, I think. I don't think she'll stay with me for like a whole week because that's like, what, 15 matches? I think this one actually books 4 matches a show, so I think it would only be 12. But even still, I just don't think that that's her cup of tea, so to speak. I don't think that's something that she could personally try to sink her teeth into and spend all that time watching. So I'm just going to go ahead and say now, she will be joining in future. She's already told me she'd like to join in future, but it won't be very immediate, because obviously today she's just not here.
Boy, I'm gonna tell you something. These superstars are unloading on each other.
She's probably about the only person that'll ever appear in this.
Oh man!
Oh, Miz, why you do? I feel like a lot of people on the Raw and SmackDown rosters aren't going to get used if it's anything like the other universe modes. I'm hoping I'm wrong, but that's like my #1 concern, is that we're just not going to see certain people. I'd really like to see Yoshitatsu, I'd really like to see Drew McIntyre, but I'm just not sure that we're going to be seeing these people. We got an Inferno match coming up later if I can't get the Scramble to work. The very first main event of the very first show is going to be an Inferno match, and it's not between like Undertaker or Kane or anyone, it's between fucking Randy Orton and Big Show. See, I might actually lose this now. I'm kind of glad that I put the difficulty up. I like the risk of losing. I don't want it to be obvious. I just want to have fun. Well scouted, what did I do? I haven't got any trophies in this yet because I've not played this like once on the PS3. But I got all of the 2011 achievements back when 2011 came out on the 360, so I don't know what these mean anymore. Oh, I think I counted his finisher, but I think in this one, rather than taking the opponent's finisher, they just get to try again. I'm liking the fluidity of this. Nice back and forth little battle. Oh shit! That was fast! Nah, that's not gonna happen, buddy. He's also been a proud patriot. Oh, Tyson Kidd with that shitty haircut. Whenever you're feeling bad about your hair, guys, just remember that Tyson Kidd walked around with what he has in this game at one point. And he did fine.
Jericho looking for some hang time.
Jeez, I am awful at the counters. I must say, one of my biggest complaints with the PS3, and one of the reasons that I actually kind of regret switching from the 360 to PS3 with these wrestling games, is I really don't like the triggers on the PS3 controller. They don't feel like they work properly. I actually thought I had broken controllers because I got mine used, but they all feel that way, and they don't click. They don't really have a lot of bounce. Well, they've got too much bounce back, actually. They are quite awkward to push down, and they just don't seem to like click like most triggers do on controllers. You want to talk about a controller with good triggers? The GameCube. It's not the longest running, Michael Cole. This is the first ever Survivor Series in the WTX universe. It's not the longest running. It's the first. It will be the longest running. Oh shit! Okay. That's a pretty nice surprise win. Hey, it even says new champions crowned. Even the game is recognizing that they weren't really the champions. I don't really want to watch these replays. I just don't know how to turn them off. You probably can, I just don't remember how. It's been a long time. New? Oh, still, okay. So I think the name thing at the bottom just fucked up, saying they were new. Well, there you go. The Hart Dynasty are the first ever tag team champions. I'm sure it won't be the last time that I see we all see a match between these two tag teams, because there's only 5 teams at the moment. So there's not really much competition. But regardless, well done, David. Well done, Tyson. You are the first tag team champions. I think the first tag team champions, I'm only referencing the old universe right now for context, so everyone can kind of compare and go, wow, what a difference. I think the first tag team champions in the original WTX universe 1 were world tag team champions were Big Show and Kane, and the WWE tag team champions were Tunga and McGillicuddy, I believe, because that was 12, not 11, so slightly different rosters. I think we got another title match now, and it's a double duty for The Miz because he's up against Vance Archer for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm really not sure who I want to be in this one. I don't want to just sit back and watch. I know people used to really like me doing that, but I don't enjoy the concept of that, so I'm just gonna... Okay. You know what? We'll put his tag partner in his corner. Who was his tag partner again? We literally just watched that match. It was The Miz and Chris Jericho. He'll stand by at ringside. Change the match participants for a result in it becoming a normal match. Oh. Well. Never mind that then. Never mind that then. Please don't take away the ads in this video by having this music play. I didn't make the choice for it to play. I can't help it. Alright, let's crown ourselves an inaugural Intercontinental Champion. That sounds like fun. I'm gonna drink some Dr. Pepper. Wow, there is like no Dr. Pepper in this bottle. I don't even know why I'm bothering. Shout out to Saria for her leftover Dr. Pepper that I just took.
The Intercontinental Champion, Vance Archer.
I really don't know much about Vance Archer other than apparently he's very talented. I don't really know a lot about him. I just like him. I haven't really seen much to do with him. I just remember really liking him. I can't remember his finisher. I don't remember like anything about him. Couldn't tell you what's on his tights. I have no fucking clue. I do not know anything about Vance Archer, but I remember liking him. Uh-oh. Oh wow, this game actually has cutscenes and suddenly a high frame rate too. Hello 60 frames per second. The reason I switched to PS3 over 360?
I'm ready for this.
Oh, Miz, no.
What a sneaky attack.
Oh, this does make sense. After losing in the tag title match, Miz wants to make sure that he doesn't leave tonight empty-handed. So he's doing the stampy feet now. Well,
Reversal by the Miz.
it's a sad situation for Mr. Archer, but it's alright, because he's gonna fight back. Poke. Classic. Classic poke. There's only one tiny attack from behind. It's not going to exactly screw Vance Archer that much. He's Vance friggin' Archer. He's that guy that people kind of know. Apparently he's like in a team with David Hart Smith in Japan. I don't know if they're still a thing, but they were years ago. They won't be teaming up in this universe, because I don't know anything about that team.
Well, he relishes inflicting pain at least.
I'm surprised Vance Archer even made it into this game, because I really don't know anything about him. I don't think he appeared on SmackDown or whatever he was on for particularly long. I think he was on ECW for a little while, but mostly used as a jobber. I like how I was trying to twiddle the sticks, but there was actually no submission hold involved there. He was just doing a move. A move that looked like a submission hold, but wasn't a submission hold. Ah, the way of the Miz.
That's press. And the fist comes
That's press.
down. That'll do some damage.
I know that obviously a lot of people probably hope that I did the Road to WrestleMania as the start, or even like starting with the first show being WrestleMania. Because I'll admit, those do make more sense. Oh shit, didn't mean to do that. I'll admit that those do make a lot more sense than starting at Survivor Series, but I just thought, well, Survivor Series is like, it's where the seasons usually start. It's where this one will probably end, you know, on the build-up to Survivor Series. The very last pay-per-view before it will probably be the series finale of 2011, because as I said before, most of the games come out around October, November time, so usually the first pay-per-view that you do when they come out in that rotation would have been Survivor Series. So going off of that logic, that's just when I'm going to base them from. I won't ever be going with the actual calendar. I might even somehow wind up ahead of the calendar. I mean, I've got 8 years to catch up on, so I doubt it. But yeah, it's not happening, buddy. I just realized, wouldn't this technically be 2010 then? Yeah. Okay, so remember when I said, like, for the wiki, assuming I write one up, that this will be like whenever the Survivor Series of 2011 would be? Yeah, I was wrong. I meant the Survivor Series of 2010. Because, you do the previous year. WrestleMania 26, I think this game has. That was 2011. If this was logically 2011, then we'd be going into 2012, which means that we then need to cross over into WrestleMania 27. Which means that we wouldn't be playing WWE 2011 for very long. So, based on that logic, assuming I'm not confusing anyone, let's say this is November 2010 right now.
Oh, wow.
That's all I was trying to get to.
Vance Archer has the headlock.
But it will still be recognized as WrestleMania 1 when we get to it. I will use the 26 arena. I don't really have a choice. But we'll just pretend that those X's and that V aren't there. Instead of XXVI, we'll just pretend it's just an I.
He's really going for it now. Oh!
I'm liking how competitive these have been, to be honest.
He relishes every moment.
He's still not through.
Miz from behind. Big blow to the back of the skull. Vance Archer.
That little pre-match attack didn't really work very well for old Mizzy Boy, did it? He had a finisher. He was just too stupid to use it.
You hear how his leg connected?
Miz.
I wouldn't mind either one of these as the first Intercontinental Champion. I mean, if there's ever going to be a time for Vance Archer to win a championship, it's going to have to be in SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, because he's not in anything else. Oh. Too bad. As they're all chanting for Vance Archer, The Miz with that pre-match attack. It must have just given him a bit of an advantage, obviously. I don't know what Vance Archer's damage was. You can't check limb damage. So I guess, yeah, there you go. So far we've got our first United States champion in one Evan Bourne, first tag team champions in the Hart Dynasty, and now our first Intercontinental champion in The Miz. I don't think him and Chris Jericho are going to be getting along too well as a tag team at the moment. Yeah, there's the weird teeth I was talking about. His mouth's kind of like coming off a little bit. I think it's just the fact that their teeth aren't actually connected to any gums under that is what's weird about it. I think that's the thing that's always been strange, trying to pinpoint what it was that I always found weird about that. DX had their own pay-per-view. Wow. Who doesn't know that? Okay, cool. So, I believe now we've got a non-title matchup, just a random filler match on the show. Probably because I got rid of the Divas title, so there isn't really anything to throw in here, is probably why it's done that. Wow, 6 matches. That's quite a short show. Okay, so Kofi Kingston versus Zack Ryder. Oh, we got some rankings and some news. What's this? Kofi Kingston is the #1 contender. Okay. Is it just telling me who the contenders are? I think so. Jericho and Miz are still at the top. Vance Archer's #1. I mean, he was champion, so I guess it makes sense that he dropped to #1. He wasn't actually champion, but he was carrying the belt. I gotta go with Kofi Kingston between these two. I'm sorry, I'm not as big a lover of Zack Ryder as the rest of the world is. I think he's okay, but Kofi Kingston has a lot of potential. Time for a random match. For nothing. Rankings. It's all about rankings. That's obviously what... I think that's what this universe is based around mostly, is just rankings. Each match gets you higher up the rankings, and those ranks then get you title shots. So I guess there's something to come from this.
Approaching the ring from Ghana, West Africa, weighing 221 pounds, Kofi Kingston.
This could always be for the Cruiserweight title, I guess. If we wanted to say it was for a title. This absolutely must be for championships. I'm sure Zack Ryder and Kofi Kingston are both eligible. Actually, I'm not so sure about that now that I've said it. That does sound wrong. 220 is quite heavy for a Cruiserweight. Oh no, Ryder, no. You're not gonna do what The Miz did, are you? The very same.
Wait a second. What's going on here?
Tisk tisk, Ryder. Tisk tisk. With your shitty tights. I think this was like the start of him becoming popular.
To pin or make their opponent tap will win this match.
Oh no. Oh, he's actually... Oh, fuck you. Not this shitty move.
Zack attack.
Zack attack.
Ryder's
The fuck's he
going
doing? Go for the win!
Oh, there it is.
Jeez. Zack Ryder's suddenly got a mean streak.
Oh, jeez.
I think it's safe to say, King, that he's not at 100%.
I take it back. He wasn't messing around.
Before the match started.
Yeah, I think that's safe.
Drops another one.
Wow, I like can't reverse anything. He's kicking my ass. Come on, Kofi.
Zack Ryder, brash, cocky, and I'll tell you, King, he has a serious mean streak.
Well, in my opinion, the meanest thing about Ryder is that outfit. I mean, that's just painful to look at.
There we go. Let's get the Boom Boom Boy back in this. With the Boom Boom. Do the Boom Boom. I'm gonna try to do the Boom Boom. That's the goal of this match. I gotta do the Boom Boom.
What a
Shit.
fierce kick.
When did Zack Ryder become such a monster?
Good count. He's going for the pin. This could be it.
And a kick out by
I think
Kofi.
I don't really know which one of those two kick-out systems I'm going to prefer, because I know that in this one you can do both, but the tap one is quite difficult. Let's try to do the Boom Boom.
And Kofi's having
Yeah.
some fun to help.
Got the Boom Boom. He didn't make the sound though. The crowd didn't even go along with it.
Ouch.
Man, I miss this Kofi Kingston.
These superstars
Good
are
days.
so unpredictable. I'm having a hard time figuring out what they're going to do next.
You right there, Ryder? You just kind of thinking about it. Oh, yeah, there you go.
You can see the arrogance exuding from Zack Ryder.
Oh, what arrogance there is too, am I right? What arrogance exuding from that one Zack Ryder. What a bad boy.
A thunderous Irish whip into the barrier.
Oh, they did it.
He's warning you, Zack.
After all these
Behave
shots
yourself,
ahead,
Mr. Ryder.
feeling that soup's gonna be on his diet for the foreseeable future.
Oh no, Kofi's hurt. He's holding his head.
This young man.
Gonna have to throw up the X.
They have the best vertical leap of anyone I've ever seen.
That didn't really work as well as I thought it would.
Oh, the elbow connects.
I can't believe everything that's transpired thus far. It's been so physical.
Damn. He's like... He's already got a signature again.
Kick.
I think putting it on Legend was a good idea. Because so far I haven't really seen what it's like outside of them having a bit of an advantage. But it's been a fun challenge. I almost... Oh no, I did win the tag title match, didn't I? No, that's not the one where I got attacked.
And I don't know.
I almost won the Vance Archer match. I feel like I could have won that. So it does just make for a challenge, but logically speaking, you get ambushed at the start of your match, you're probably gonna lose anyway. Kofi Kingston never stood a chance. You know,
And Zack Ryder wants to take
Vance Archer, he is not. I don't understand why he doesn't pin off of his finisher. I don't understand why he doesn't pin. There you go.
One, two.
There you go. Well done, Zack Ryder. Actually getting a win. Just Zack. No other words needed. Well, that's a good little bit of momentum. Maybe he'll become the top guy on Superstars one day. Because that's probably the only show where the game will book him. He might earn his way to the top. I don't know. I don't know how that works in the universe in this game. I have never touched 2011 universe. Oh wow, he's got a victory animation. You know he's special. What if this whole time, the way that they like underappreciate Zack Ryder and they don't give him the championships that everyone says he deserves? What if they know? What if that's their intention? What if they're just playing you? What if they want you all to get mad and hope he wins a match? You might just be buying into it. Oh, there's the face of a guy who knows. Alright. Championship scramble time. I don't want no Iron Man match where Edge gets a title shot that he shouldn't be having. He's not on Raw. I don't want him getting the WWE Championship. He doesn't deserve it. It's not his brand. What is this song? And why does it play? And why is it so quiet? Okay, so we got Shawn Michaels, Jack Swagger, Triple H, MVP Sheamus? I'm not so sure how I feel about that. I might kind of tweak that a little bit. Shawn Michaels, Triple H, MVP, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I might swap out someone for Batista. Probably MVP. Jack Swagger's pretty good. I don't know about first WWE champion ever good, but he's pretty good. So Michaels, Triple H, Sheamus, Batista, Swagger. Swagger, Triple H, Sheamus, Batista. 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 I'm not going to play this one, because... Actually, yes I am, because otherwise I'm just going to get bored. Swagger, Triple H, Sheamus, Batista. Well, I gotta be Batista. Got to. Let's get Jack Swagger in there. Triple H. And, oh, Shamey boy. One of these guys just doesn't quite belong, but we're gonna give him the opportunity anyway. WWE Championship Scramble. Oh, here we go. Maybe I can actually change it. Yep. Ah, here we go. Good. Because I don't want these to be really short. Maybe not 20 minutes, maybe 10. And then we'll see how much time, how I'm feeling after this to maybe do like the second one a lot longer. Alright. Who's gonna be the inaugural WWE champion on Raw? I don't even know if all these people I've put in this are on Raw. Edge isn't on Raw, but he's the top contender.
So here are the rules for the championship scramble match.
I guess if they win, they have to go to Raw, is the rule. That's what I'm gonna have to throw in. If they win, they have to then be switched back to Raw or to SmackDown. So 10-minute time limit on the match. 2 superstars start in the ring, and every 2 minutes a new superstar enters. If a superstar scores a pinfall or submission over another superstar, he becomes the tentative champion. Whoever is the champion at the end of the 10-minute time limit will be declared the winner. This is a match type that I absolutely love. I've got to be honest, I was considering making him first, so I'm glad that turned out this way. I gotta say, I think Jack Swagger does deserve the opportunity, but that he's got to be the one that goes through the loops to get it. Because you see, he's the underdog, he's got a lot to prove, And I think that this is actually the best way for him to do it. I'm quite interested in seeing if he somehow comes out with the WWE Championship as the first ever champion. But he's going to have to go through Triple H first. I mean, to be fair, if no one wins, then I guess Shawn Michaels wins the title by default. Because we have to have a champion. Can't not have a WWE champion declared. We gotta have one. The game makes someone hold the belt. I can't just have someone fake hold it for a month until the next show and have some kind of tournament.
And approaching the ring from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing 255 pounds, the game, Triple H.
Yeah, initially my idea for this universe, something I was really considering, was what the hell's that noise? What is that? Are they clapping? What the fuck is that? I think they're like applauding. Just a thunderous eruption of claps broke out of nowhere because people just love Triple H and the thought of him being the first WWE champion, I guess. I'm really not sure what that is or where that came from. I'm just hoping that's not like the capture glitching and that that's genuinely supposed to be there. Yeah, that's what we're gonna cut that off. Yeah, okay, that was fine. Okay, so yeah, what I was initially planning on doing was starting the universe on the Raw that's 1 month before Survivor Series and having a build up towards Survivor Series that culminates in all the new champions being crowned from Raw and SmackDown, the world champions being crowned from 2 tournaments on Raw and SmackDown. And then as for the Intercontinental in US, we were just going to have some kind of like Battle Royal types. Then I realized that you can't really modify championship matches in this game. You can't really determine things like that. And that was kind of where I just was like, well, we'll start on Survivor Series because we started on the Rumble in the original one. And we'll just kind of roll with it. We'll just kind of let it do its thing. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not really sure where I'm going to go as this goes forward. I'm not really sure what the plans are, like what I'm going to do when we reach a game where I can customize more. I'm not sure if I'll use the in-game pay-per-views or if I'll get some custom ones. I'll probably just use the in-game ones, to be honest. Until they start looking a bit bland, because I'm a sucker for the arena designs. I like when they all look unique. And I know that in this game and like 12 that they all look unique, but I think like 14 or 15 or something where they start using the Raw set for pay-per-views as well. And when they start doing that, that's when I'm going to start making them myself or just getting custom ones online. One of the two. Because I'm not going to let the quality of this universe be dragged down by WWE's current day laziness or low budget, whichever one it is. Probably low budget because they can't stop signing new contracts to new people when they don't even use half the fucking people they got now. Oh mama. We've got 15 seconds until we get to find out who's the third entrant. I'm really hoping it's Batista so I can do something.
How important is it for these superstars to retain their energy?
But it's probably not going to be.
Well, every one of these competitors are 3 seconds away from history. So you need to be smart about
Lobster Head, where's his music? What? He just kind of runs out.
Sheamus and the boot connects with the abdomen.
I don't really know how well this is going to work out. I'm probably going to turn on False Count Anywhere in the next one just so that they can also do that. Because I feel like it's going to be really hard to actually get a pinfall once all 5 people are in. But we got to declare someone the first champion.
Look at this.
Look at this.
What impact.
What impact.
Watching himself off the ropes.
Oh, and Triple H saw it coming.
The game. Squeezing
the
down
game.
on the head. What a knife edge chop.
But yeah, to be honest, I'm thinking the more, because I got to kind of think about the future of this too, you know, like we're gonna hit 2K15 one day, and rather than doing 2K14 for 2 years worth straight like I did before, I'll actually do 2K15's universe. We'll just see a pretty big amount of roster cuts, because a lot of people are missing in that game if I remember right, and there's only 20 creator superstar slots, so I'll probably see some roster cuts around about 2K15, but it's fine. I'll still roll with it. I'll still do my best. Just use what the game gives you. I don't mind doing that, so I will do that. We've got 30 seconds until the next guy comes in. Will it be the current tentative champion, Shawn Michaels, the default tentative champion? Or is it going to be, Batista? I'm hoping Batista, because I'm actually going to try and pin people unlike these three. I don't know who to target once I come in, though. None of them have really been, like, beating each other up, like, too hard. It's mostly been back and forward. No one seems to be weakened. Of course I'm last in. Should have known. Shawn Michaels really slowly walked to the ring. Didn't seem too thrilled about this.
Devastating counter. Michaels.
He's in big trouble. Right in the mouth.
Oh, Triple H got a signature. We might actually get a pinfall. Poor Swagger. He's probably just going to be the guy that eats the pin.
Triple H, as controversial as anyone has ever been in WWE.
Oh yeah, the game just looked.
The game thinking.
Oh yeah.
Michaels.
I mean, you just have 3 for some reason. I think it's like an ability that Triple H and a few others get. I think like Undertaker can do it too. He can just randomly get 3 finishes, but only once. Oh shit! Double pin. Who wins? Who is the oh, Triple H, of course. Okay, so Triple H is the first WWE champion. Oh man, there's something we got scratched from the record books. Unfortunately, is his only WWE Championship reign in last year's universe, which was
Countered by Sheamus.
Listen to that.
who was it that Triple H was? What was it about that? Yeah, 365 days, a full-on year, or 366, because I think he held it past WrestleMania. That reign may not be repeated this universe. We may not see another year-long championship reign. Gonna be honest with you.
Jack Swagger.
So I guess we'll wait and see with that one. But I can't promise that we'll see a year-long championship reign again. Oh, I forgot to mention, after The Miz won the Intercontinental Championship, referencing who the first Intercontinental Champion, I keep going to say US, who the first Intercontinental Champion was in WWE 12 in the first WTX universe. That was Randy Orton, who started it by being the first WWE World Heavyweight and Intercontinental Champions, both in just one go. He was a double champion in one night because he beat, like, I think it was like McGillicuddy or something for the Intercontinental, and then he beat Undertaker, Eddie Guerrero, and Vader in a 4-way for the World Heavyweight. I remember very weird parts of Universe. Like, I don't remember that much. Like, if you asked me, like, who the world champion was at the end of, like, 2K14, I think I might be able to say Mark Henry because he was on the thumbnail, but I can't remember if he lost it or not. Or like, who was the last champion in 13? Like the last WWE World Heavyweight and like ECW, NXT, whatever one it was at the time, champion. I honestly couldn't give you an answer. I couldn't tell you who they were. I don't remember. But what I can tell you is
We're down to the final 3 minutes in this match. He's got him hooked.
the first champions. I remember them so well because obviously it was the beginning. Why wouldn't I remember those well? They were kind of the start of it all, the thing that everybody seemed to absolutely love that I created.
There are so many ways that Triple H can
Never gonna hate that. I mean, I did in the end, but only because of myself. It really had nothing to do with you guys. The only reason you would have expected the uploads to the extent that you were was because that was what I'd promised and it wasn't what I was delivering. Whereas at least this time around, I'm just going to lay it on the line straight away. I can't keep up with that schedule, so they will just be coming whenever they come. There is no schedule.
Batista has an almost demonic
Me and Sari, we run a business together. We don't have like all the free time in the world, but I'll try my best to get Universe out when I can, because I know that you guys enjoy this. I know this probably won't do as well as Universe once did a long time ago, but you know, I think there will be some that will be happy to see it back, and that's really all you can ask for. At this rate, Triple H is going to be the first champion, because like no one really seems to be doing particularly well. The trouble that you'll see at this point in time is just the sheer amount of people in the ring are going to cause massive issues for anyone trying to get a pin.
Hard impact to the back of the head. Michaels goes behind.
Oh, fuck off, Triple H. Trying to protect your damn crown.
Oh, wow.
Like, I could tell you the first WrestleMania, quite a lot of that, too. Random ass matches like Intercontinental title match between Randy Orton and Ezekiel Jackson that went all of about 2 minutes. You know, a US triple threat between, what was it, Mason, Ryan, Ricky Steamboat, and Cena, I think? The main events being Batista and CM Punk in like a submission match, and a World Heavyweight title match between The Rock and Edge, who had won the Royal Rumble, in which they both merged into the crowd. And one of the greatest glitches I think I've ever seen that can never be recreated. That's the thing, I can't guarantee that I'll be able to recreate the magic of the first one. I can't guarantee that people will like this as much as they may have the first time around. But I'll do my best. Well, congratulations, Triple H. You are the first ever WWE champion. I was going to give you a spine buster to celebrate, but I guess I couldn't do it in time. Ah, well. Yeah, we don't need to see these. They don't really ever show anything remarkable anyway. Yep. Okay, that's enough of those. That's the only problem with championship scrambles, is as great as they are, they end a bit weird. But they didn't in real life, only in the game. Well, there you go. The first ever WTX Universe 2.0 WWE Champion is Triple H. For those that don't remember, in comparison, the first WWE Champion in the original universe was CM Punk, who I believe beat Shawn Michaels at the Royal Rumble in the first episode. Yeah, there's another fact bomb for you. As I say, I can remember some very strange things. It's crazy because it's been 7 years since then. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put the title on Triple H now, just to make that official, because otherwise I may forget to do it. Not that I wouldn't immediately recognize that the guy who's supposed to be WWE Champion isn't. Oh, it's Triple H. There's your boy. So there we go. That's the first WWE Champion all set up. All good to first match, barring the Big Show. But I actually think Randy Orton's on... No, Randy Orton's not on Raw, is he? Oh, shit. so no one can complain, because Jack Swagger was the default World Heavyweight Champion, and the draft changed that, and I ended up giving it to Shawn Michaels instead, because that was the second-ranked guy. And sorry, Big Show, because he was the second-ranked guy. But you know what? We're doing this. I really like this match. So Randy Orton, CM Punk, Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, Edge. That is such a good match. That's worthy of a main event. Randy Orton, CM Punk. Who am I gonna be? Oh god, who am I gonna be? I'm gonna try and recreate what I failed to do in the first ever episode. I'm gonna try and make rope break off, because realistically it shouldn't be in this kind of match. Falls count anywhere can be on, and a 20-minute time limit. There you go. Let's do this. I don't care who wins this. They are all fantastic first champions. It would be quite incredible if Randy Orton, the guy that was probably the most legendary guy, like the Hall of Famer of the original. Alright, so this one's a little bit different because of the time limit. So, 20-minute time limit on the match. 2 superstars start in the ring, and every 5 minutes a new superstar enters. If a superstar scores a pinfall or submission over another superstar, he becomes the current champion. Whoever's champion at the end of the 20 minutes becomes the official champion. The World Heavyweight Title. These are all great. There's something great about all of them. Edge was one of the most historic World Heavyweight Champions in the WTX universe, originally. Undertaker is just Undertaker. CM Punk was one of the most accomplished guys in the WTX universe history. Rey Mysterio is just worthy of it, frankly. And obviously, Edge, he's a 4 or 5 time champion. So to start that all over again would be great. So CM Punk got the pick of #1, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Triple H came in second in the last Championship Scramble. To be honest, I think starting a Championship Scramble is actually a bit of an advantage, because that means you get to get the first pinfall before anyone else is even in the ring. And it gets harder to actually achieve pinfalls. Obviously, the falls count anywhere and the rope breaks being removed may change the odds a little bit. But this is a match worthy of the main event slot. I really am glad that this turned out the way it did.
From San Diego, California, weighing 175 pounds.
What a great match this is going to be. I don't care who wins. I really don't. I'll give Big Show his justice. He'll get a title shot in the future to like make up for. I mean, I can't actually book that, but he is the #1 contender at the moment, so realistically whoever wins this, he'll probably be the first in line for the title afterwards. But yeah, if I can, I'll try to keep the WTX Universe like wiki, assuming I make one. I shouldn't talk too much about it because I may not even do it, but if I do, I'll try to keep like the rankings and everything up to date. I think to make one from the very start would actually be quite good, whereas the last one was made like a year and a half to 2 years in, and it just never quite kept up with everything that had happened in the past. So I think to make one as the universe starts would probably be the better approach. Part of me is considering making the general manager mode all lore to it, but I don't know if I will, to be honest, because then there's 2 random years in between, because 2009 and 2010 don't actually have general manager or universe. They've just got exhibition and stuff. They don't even have like that create a pay-per-view mode. Typical me would have picked CM Punk to play this match, but I really think that Undertaker would be a great top star on SmackDown. It would make Saria proud, you know. It would get SmackDown in a good direction. He'd actually get to be a champion rather than just being the guy that wears it to the ring like he did in the Rumble in the first episode of the original universe. It just seems to me like that would be a good way to go.
CM Punk told me earlier tonight that he has zero chance of losing this match.
Well, that might be the case. But
Around the arena.
Just to make sure.
So yeah, just as a reminder, there will be no created superstars in this universe until 2012, if I can get the created superstars on that one anyway. I don't know if Community Creations will be just as locked out in that game too. I don't know when I'll be able to access Community Creations. If so, you might not get it at all. I might just have to buy these games again on 360. I don't really like the idea of doing that, but I might have to. It depends. You know, if I can buy online access, I will. CM Punk is the current champion. Not officially the champion, but he's the current champion. That's something, I guess. Really wasn't expecting that. Yeah, you know, as soon as I can, I'll start getting some customs, and I'll base the customs that I get around whoever was kind of relevant in my world / you guys' world in those years. As I said before, it will probably only be people from WWE and TNA. I don't really know anywhere else. You know, you could tell me to get Tyler Black from NXT back when Seth Rollins was there under the name Tyler Black in FCW. You could tell me to get him. But realistically, I still don't know anything about Tyler Black in FCW, so I'm not going to do that. I probably won't mess with the brands this time around. I know I did do like ECW and stuff before. This time I'm thinking of just keeping it Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I'll probably try to do some minor shows when I can kind of customize the calendars myself. I think I'll keep something like Superstars around, even if it's just main event or something. Because that way there's actually ranks to be climbed, there's actually places for the smaller guys to get exposed and actually build themselves a name. So I will probably keep those around. But worst comes to worse, they may just wind up getting sent back down to NXT, because I might use NXT as kind of like the lower grade place, to be honest. The place for newcomers, and then they can kind of graduate from there. And the only thing that I'm going to do that's different to how WWE treat NXT is I'm going to do what they used to do in NXT, where people like Curtis Axel and Luke Harper and stuff, when they kind of lose their spotlight on the main roster, can go back down to NXT and build themselves back up, and then maybe make a return to the main roster and succeed from there. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But I'm not entirely sure. This is all just conceptual, you know. In the end, it just kind of comes down to, I guess, just whatever I can do, really. You know, these are all ideas I'm just spouting off the top of my head. These aren't things that I've had written down and planned for ages. These are all just ideas. I'm just kind of making this up as I go along, and that's probably what I'll continue to do. But yeah, this is Falls Count Anywhere now, so Rey Mysterio could actually pin CM Punk outside the ring and become the new tentative champion. But as it currently stands, CM Punk is the current World Heavyweight Champion. And whoever comes in next has got 15 minutes to try and get it off of him, or Rey Mysterio's got 15 minutes to try and get it off of him. But he seems to be pretty in control.
Has an incredible connection with the WWE Universe. You know, he was so touched by a prayer written by one of his fans.
Just gotta wait. So here we go. Who's it going to be?
Ray's very dedicated.
And it's Edge.
Really goes both ways.
Oh, man.
He was the first ever Royal Rumble winner in the last WWE universe. That'll be another interesting thing to see who wins. I think there is Money in the Bank in this game. So apologies if some random dude cashes in Money in the Bank. we'll try to pretend some story happened. So the general manager or higher being just suddenly gave that guy a title shot. I might need to check who the current Money in the Bank holder is actually. Be very cautious of when they decide to cash that in. But I'll roll with it. I'll try to make something up.
And he's out of the ring again. Edge is on Dream Street.
What a ferocious clothesline that was. Man, that CM Punk sign in the crowd is ugly. I knew who it was supposed to be, but only because of the facial hair.
Mysterio, always known as the biggest little man in the history of WWE. Mysterio.
Ray, come on, man. You gotta get a pin. Or Edge. Don't let this be another Triple H incident. I'll be making the most out of the championship scramble whilst I play these games, so I'll tell you that much now. I really enjoyed using that match type. So disappointed when it disappeared. It's just such a fun mode. It's one of the most unpredictable, because you really can see a last minute title change. Just because a guy's gotten pinned in the first couple minutes doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be the champion the whole way through.
Oh, he's on the move again.
Oh, and this one's
Boy, still quite some time until I actually get to come in. I bet you I'm going to be number 5 again. That's what I'm thinking. Still got Randy Orton and Undertaker to come. And I'm betting you I'm going to be number 5. Gotta be the last guy every time. Those are the rules.
And again he moves to the outside.
He's wobbled.
I mean, not really, Michael. He's not actually using the sledgehammer. He's just kind of running around with it.
That may be in as far as inches and pounds.
CM Punk with the ultimate title defense strategy. Just run around with the sledgehammer. Don't try to pin anyone. Don't try to hit anyone. Just have fun, man. Just have fun.
Again, this is no disqualification.
I guess that's kind of the thing about when you're the current champion in a scramble match is what do you do, really? Just try to prevent pinfalls from happening. But you don't want to wear everyone else down, because then the moment you get taken down, because you will at some point, you've then created more of an opening against you. I wouldn't really know what a good championship scramble strategy would be. But then why would I? I don't wrestle. Behind him.
That's the last place you want to be.
Oh no. Oh no. Bumpy dick.
He almost took his head off with that lariat.
That'll cause some damage.
And of course, Edge just stands. Oh wow. Okay.
There's the pin. Can his opponent kick out?
Wasn't expecting that.
He's spending more time outside the ring than in it.
Combination. Okay.
Mysterio, his guts, his heart, his soul.
Come on, Ray. Get that pinfall. As much as I like CM Punk, I want to see some competition. I want it to be more up in the air who's going to win. I don't want it to be so obvious. They're going to have to actually try and beat each other first, though. Let's say I think CM Punk, they're like, just having fun with it now. Why not? Got 10.5 more minutes and he's declared the World Heavyweight Champion.
And will this be it? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, what a kicky. Oh, here we go. Maybe we'll actually see a championship change. Oh! That's what happens when you fuck around on the outside, CM Punk. So now Edge is the current champion. Well, that's good. Referee really wants to like raise his arm, I think. Oh, he's giving up now. 5 seconds. Who we got now? Undertaker or Orton? Last again. Okay, that's fun. I like just sitting by and doing nothing for 15 minutes. That's it's really fun. I definitely don't struggle to find things to talk about after a while. This didn't work so very well for Ray. Yeah, that's the bright side about this being false count anyway now, is that actually, whilst he's fucking around with CM Punk on that rope, Ray could get a pin on Edge. But also, whilst Edge is wasting time fighting Ray, Orton could get a pin on CM Punk.
Looks like he's having trouble staying in the ring.
Yeah, I probably won't do too many 20-minute matches, to be honest. Unless I can actually, like, do more in them. I appreciate that the game wanted to give me the number 5 slot twice, but I didn't really want to be the number 5 slot twice.
Oh, another knee. Look at this. Oh, he's on the move again. Oh, ow!
The Viper controlling the head.
Oh, it doesn't get more punishing than that.
Sounds like something Rey Mysterio would say.
Hooking the leg. And there's the save.
Oh, that elbow's gotta hurt.
The Viper.
Oh, look at this. DDT.
Mysterio squeezing down on the head.
I wonder why John Cena's not a top guy. That's probably because it's DLC. I think the DLC always goes to the bottom of the ranks. Because I noticed that he wasn't in the top rankings for SmackDown. And he wasn't in the Intercontinental title match or anything. So I'm thinking he's probably, just because I'm using the DLC one, he's probably at the bottom. So we can see John Cena on Superstars, I guess. John Cena versus Primo coming right up.
But you have to respect him. Do you believe in those words?
Well,
I think that's probably the same reason we haven't seen the Nexus yet. Which, by the way, admittedly, I forgot to make a faction so far. I will fix that. I will fix that.
And the knuckles connect. And again,
Get some Justin Gabriel, David Otunga, and Wade Barrett action, because that's all the Nexus can be. I can't get Community Creations to get the other 5. Or 4, considering Daniel Bryan was barely ever a member. Skip Sheffield, Michael Tarver, Darren Young, and Heath Slater. Barring Heath Slater, I'd say they probably picked the best ones. I would have gone for Slater instead of Otunga. Maybe Skip Sheffield, although he was way better off as Ryback. That's the only reason I'm saying that. I'm not shitting on Ryback, I'm saying Skip Sheffield wasn't good. He definitely improved. I'll try to put like my current opinion aside when booking people in the future as well. I'm gonna kind of try to like put myself in the shoes of like kind of how I would have felt about people back then rather than how I feel about them now. Like how I feel about what they were doing back then. So for example, you know, I enjoyed like the Vaudevillains, but apparently Simon Gotch is a bit of a dick, so I'll still use the Vaudevillains. I just probably won't use Simon Gotch once the Vaudevillains aren't in the game anymore. Or like Enzo and Cass. I remember enjoying them as a tag team. So what if like Enzo's, you know, Enzo. I did enjoy them back then. So I'm just going to try and put my nostalgia goggles on and just base it off of kind of how I would have back then. And I know that Enzo and Cass and the Vaudevillains, as my examples, were both former tag champions. So I know that I must have at least liked them somewhat, because they weren't just excluded from the universe.
Oh no, he's got a sledgehammer. Oh my God, what a sickening impact for that sledgehammer. What a punch.
Oh, only 15 more seconds. I thought Randy Orton was doing fucking push-up for a second there. But yeah, I'll try to like Leo Kruger, you know, I liked using him. I gave him a fair push. I'll admit I really did like him. So I'll probably do the same thing again. I'll probably get Leo Kruger and I'll give him a push. It's just this time that push might deteriorate a bit when he becomes Adam Rose, because I don't really know why I made Adam Rose as successful as I did. He's not good.
Looks like he's having trouble staying
That's
in
not
the
me
ring.
trying to get rid of my nostalgia goggles either. I really didn't care much for him. I think I just liked Leo Kruger so much that I tried to look past it.
Undertaker. Hooks the leg. He breaks up the pin and the match continues.
I don't think that
Here we
chair's
go.
going to be good for much after this.
Here we go. Now we're talking.
Rey Mysterio is a walking example of why size should prevent athletic success. Rey is living proof that anyone can achieve greatness if they
Gonna
work
give him
hard
a
enough.
tombstone on the outside if I can. Oh shit, I flipped the button for a second there.
Possibly looking for an object in this no disqualification match.
Oh, I fucked up.
Face has been shaken.
I was gonna try and tombstone him on the outside. It'd be a bit more
What a
safer.
sensational maneuver. Ouch! In a shot to the solar
Thank you for
plexus.
specifying that this is a no disqualification match.
Mysterio controlling the waist.
Undertaker, master of the running grapple.
The ring with his opponent.
Mysterio.
Ooh, that did it.
That's the problem with the older games, is because there's no stamina system, I get a little carried away with the running grapple.
He does it again.
I think we all got a little carried away with the running grapple.
Mysterio's quickness gets him out.
It's an effective
Edge's
move.
neck will be thoroughly tested by the time this match is over.
Running in general is quite effective in this older game.
Just in the nick of time.
Drives the elbow down again.
Look at the arrogance of CM Punk. I don't knock a guy for having beliefs, but I can't stand
Come
how
on,
Punk
Undertaker,
thinks
you got
he's
3
better
minutes to
than
win the
everybody
World
else.
Heavyweight
Knocked out
Championship.
of the ring again.
Currently being held by Edge, I think.
Undertaker. Choke slam. A tremendous
Yeah,
choke slam.
and that's why I can't
Undertaker should
believe
have
that
it.
Punk thinks he's better than everyone else.
1,
Because he's been knocked out of the ring again. Sorry, Ray. It had to be you.
Oh,
Jesus, he went flying.
Randy Orton is just unbalanced.
And that's how you
Nothing
get it
terrifying
done.
is looking into the Viper's eyes when he's in this kind of
Damn, I
mental
wanted to
state.
tombstone someone.
Undertaker into the headlock.
Let me do the tombstone. Oh, yeah. Raise my arm.
Mysterio's in trouble.
Well, Undertaker's the current champion. I've got 2 minutes to try and defend that. I actually got a pinfall for the first time in like 3 matches.
2 minutes left.
I also don't want it to be so obvious that every time I play someone they lose. So I've got to get better at this.
Wow. If he keeps this up, this could be over quick.
Punk goes behind. Edge taking advantage of the situations that are given to him.
Uh-oh.
And there are those educated feet.
So the outcome of so far today's episode, to remind you all, is that we have got United States champion crowned in
Undertaker from behind.
Evan Bourne. This is versus the original US champion that was Ricky Steamboat.
Oh, mama.
New unified tag team champions in Tyson Kidd and David Hart Smith, the Hart Foundation,
The dead man.
in comparison to the WWE Tag Team champions Otunga and McGillicuddy,
Not through.
and the World Tag Team champions Kane and Big Show.
The Viper controlling the
New
arm.
Intercontinental champion in The Miz, as opposed to Randy Orton.
Edge
New
has made a career out of being
WWE
very
champion in Triple H, as opposed to CM Punk.
any mistake.
And currently new World Heavyweight champion Undertaker, as opposed to Randy Orton. So if we're going off the implication that Undertaker is the guy that's won this and no one gets a pinfall in the next 50 seconds, let's hear it, guys. Which lineup of champions did you enjoy more? The original WTX Universe or WTX Universe 2.0's first champions? Which one gets the viewer seal of approval?
You know, Randy Orton could very well be the
Jesus.
most despised person in WWE history.
The dead man.
Because it's not all about what I think. I might be happy with the outcome of today's video, but I need to know what you guys think. I need to know that you actually like what you've seen today. I mean, you might want to hold your comment for the next 20 seconds in case someone gets a pin, but someone's going to have to actually try and get a pin first. They don't really seem to do that very
Under his
often.
opponent's skin with this one.
I'm just going to go ahead and taunt. Because there it is! Undertaker as the first World Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown. And now time to break character. I don't think he ever won that belt in the last universe. I always felt that it really suited him, but I could never get him to win it. Every single time he challenged for it, he lost. It was very elusive, but he was a multi-time WWE champion. The only time he ever held that gold one was when he came out with it in the first ever World Heavyweight title match. So I'll be sure to quickly put the title on the Undertaker. Wow, Undertaker versus Big Show could be the first world title feud. Truly, we are living in dark days. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course. Wow, that's a lovely picture, Sheamus. Okay, so there you go. What a show that's been. I'd like to hear you guys' opinions on each match, maybe the whole show, whatever one you want to review or whatever. I would love to hear your thoughts on the outcome. What you think of the revival of WTX Universe. Please do share your opinions. I really would love to hear from you guys. But there you go. Undertaker is the World Heavyweight Champion. I'll be sure to make the Nexus the moment this recording is over, so that they can actually be a team. I should probably take Natalya out of this group, because there's really no point in her being a part of the Hart Dynasty. I'll tell you what else I'm going to do. I'm going to change Jericho and Miz to come out separately, because I really don't see the point in their tag entrance. Can I do that here? Yeah, I can. Yeah, I really didn't see the point in that. It was bad. It didn't fit either of them. They're way too stylish of characters to just awkwardly walk out flinging their arms around. What do these guys do? I'll tag 01 as well. I'll make them separate as well then. Sorry, I'm going to probably show a lot more behind the scenes than I did in the original too, because I'm just trying to treat this more as me playing a game, you know? I just want to relax with you guys. Wow, another one that basically may as well come out separate. Tag 01 takes over. Because there's a lot of like blah 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 and blah 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 teams. There's not really like genuine teams. Like they have their own one, yeah. And they do too. No, they don't. Wow. They didn't even get their own entrance. Wow, that's brutal. Anyway, so these are the first champions here in the WTX Universe 2.0. Barring Beth Phoenix, who is only there because I can't get rid of the women's titles. I gotta say personally, I think it's an improvement from the previous one. So what you can look forward to in the next episode is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Zack Ryder versus David Hart Smith. I don't know where Zack Ryder's going with it, why he's challenging one half of the tag champions, but he is, and we're gonna roll with that. Then we've got Matt Hardy versus Sheamus one-on-one, because why not? Terry Funk is gonna go up against Justin Gabriel again, because why not? And in the main event, it's Shawn Michaels and Jack Swagger, because why would the new WWE champion be on the show when a couple of other guys can be on the show? I'm gonna go make the Nexus now. I'll see you later. Thanks for joining me. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Catch you guys later. Bye!